Good morning. This is Pamela, and you're listening to Watchman on the Pod. I had started reading the book of Job about 2 weeks ago, I guess. And I've been doing it on Facebook Live. But it's just, I believe, much easier just to do it here on YouTube, do it live, share it with everyone else because I can't share things from YouTube. I'm not from YouTube, but from Facebook onto YouTube. I honestly don't know how. Maybe it's possible. I'm not sure. So, anyway, we are going to be reading from the book of Job, chapter 7. I will be reading from the 1611 authorized King James Bible. And then after that, the 1599 Geneva Bible. Then after that, we will be going through the commentary from Wycliffe and also Matthew Henry to give us a greater understanding. I believe that it is very important to search out the old paths, because it seems like throughout all these years, we seem to have lost the truth through man's traditions and false doctrine. So let's get started. We're 1611, authorized King James Bible, Job chapter 7. It is written, "Is there not an appointed time to man upon earth? And are not his days also like the days of an hireling? As a servant earnestly desireth the shadow, and as an hireling looketh for the reward of his work, so am I made to possess months of vanity, and wearisome nights are appointed to me. When I lie down, I say, when shall I rise, and the night be gone? And I am full of tossings to and fro unto the dawning of the day. My flesh is clothed with worms, clods of dust. My skin is broken, and becomes loathsome. My days are swifter than a weaver's shuttle, and are spent without hope. Oh, remember that my life is wind, mine eyes shall no more see good. The eye of him that hath seen me shall see me no more. Thine eyes are upon me, and I am not. As the cloud is consumed and vanished the way, so he that goeth down to the grave shall come up no more. He shall return no more to his house, neither shall his place know him any more. Therefore I will not refrain my mouth. I will speak in the anguish of my spirit. I will complain in the bitterness of my soul. Am I a sea or a whale that thou settest a watch over me? When I say my bed shall comfort me, my couch shall ease my complaint, then thou scarest me with dreams and terrifiest me with visions, so that my soul chooseth strangling and death rather than my life. I loathe it. I would not live alway. Let me alone, for my days are vanity. And what is man that thou shouldest magnify him, that thou shouldest set thine heart upon him, and that thou shouldest visit him every morning and try him every moment? And how long wilt thou not depart from me, nor let me alone till I swallow down my spittle? I have sinned. What shall I do unto thee? O thou preserver of men. Why hast thou set me as a mark against thee, so that I am a burden to myself? And why dost thou not pardon my transgression and take away mine iniquity? For now shall I sleep in the dust, and thou shalt seek me in the morning, but I shall not be. Poor Job. Oh, I definitely sympathize with him greatly. Okay, here we go. 1599, Geneva, Job chapter 7. It is written, "Is there not an appointed time to man upon earth? And are not his days as the days of an hireling? As a servant longeth for the shadow, and as a hireling looketh for the end of his work, so have I had an inheritance. The months of vanity and painful nights have been appointed unto me. If I laid me down, I said, when shall I arise? And measuring the evening, I am even full with tossing to and fro unto the dawning of the day. My flesh is clothed with worms and filthiness of the dust. My skin is rent and become horrible. My days are swifter than a weaver's shuttle, and they are spent without hope. Remember that my life is but a wind, and that mine eyes shall not return to see pleasure. The eye that hath seen me shall see me no more." Hold on, I gotta turn the page here. He that goeth down to the grave. Oh, wait a minute. The eye that hath seen me shall see me no more. Thine eyes are upon me, and I shall be no longer. As the cloud vanisheth and goeth away, so he that goeth down to the grave shall come up no more. He shall return no more to his house, neither shall his place know him any more. Therefore I will not spare my mouth, but will speak in the trouble of my spirit, and muse in the bitterness of my mind. And I am a sea or a whalefish that thou keep. Am I a sea or a whalefish that thou keepest in the ward? When I say my couch shall relieve me, and my bed shall bring comfort in my meditation, then fearest thou me with dreams, and astonishment with visions. Therefore my soul chooseth rather to be strangled and to die than to be in my bones. I abhor it. I shall not live always. Spare me then, for the days are but vanity. What is man, that thou dost magnify him, and that thou settest thine heart upon him, and dost visit him every morning, and triest him every moment? How long will it be ere thou depart from me? Thou wilt not let me alone while I may swallow my spittle. I have sinned. What shall I do unto thee? O thou preserver of men, why hast thou set me as a mark against thee, so that I am a burden unto myself? And why dost thou not pardon my trespass, and take away mine iniquity? For now shall I sleep in the dust, and if thou seek me in the morning, I shall not be found. Poor Job. Mm-mm-mm. All right, now let me go to my Wycliffe Bible commentary. This one is very short. Actually, I was very surprised at how little there is to say in chapter 7 here. And this is what it says, Wycliffe, chapter 7, 1 through 21. In the midst of his replies, Job repeatedly turns from his friends and addresses himself to God. The structure of the patriarch's individual speeches thus reflects the overall course of his inner struggle as, disappointed by earthly friends, he is compelled to look anew to his heavenly friend and divine Redeemer for understanding. And let's see. Like the days of an hireling, human existence and Job's life in particular is like a soldier's hard campaign or a field laborer's weary grind. It is a succession of days of panting for the cool of evening and restless nights of longing for the morning, a round of misery and hopelessness. Thine eyes shall be upon me, but I shall not be. Reverting to the theme of human mortality introduced by Eliphaz, Job builds upon it his renewed complaint. He introduces and concludes his appeal for relief with the pathetic prospect of the deity looking for his faithful servant too late to show him overdue pity. Am I the sea or a sea monster? To judge from the incessant surveillance kept over him, Job says one would think he was the chaos monster, a mythological figure, threatening the stability of the universe. What is man? An ironic twist is given to Psalm 8:4, where it says, What is man? Why art thou mindful of him? The contrast between divine transcendence and human finitude is exploited to minimize the significance of human action. If I have sinned, what do I unto thee? Actually, of course, God's transcendent magnifies the seriousness of sin. It is the foundation of the meaningfulness of human experience and of all that is. Moreover, this struggle of Job was particularly significant because it had been made the test case for this very truth of the transcendent authority and control of God over history. In Job's temptation, the stability of the universe was under attack, as the sons of God could have told Job by the real dragon, of whom the mythical sea monster was a paganized version. The angel saw the world trembling with every tremor of Job's spirit, for it was redemptive power of God could not preserve Job in the fear of God. Not only Job, but the world was lost to satanic chaos. If it was not possible, it's saying. All right, let's see. And then that's it for Wycliffe, it looks like. Now, Matthew Henry will be longer. He seems to be, has, I don't know, longer breath. I don't know. But here it is. This is Matthew Henry. Job is here excusing what he could not justify, even his inordinate desire of death. Why should he not wish for the termination of life, which would be the termination of his miseries? To enforce this reason, he argues 1. From the general condition of man upon earth, he is of few days and full of trouble. Every man must die shortly, and every man has some reason, more or less, to desire to die shortly. And therefore, why should you impute it to me as so heinous a crime that I wish to die shortly? Or thus, pray mistake not my desires of death, as if I thought the time appointed of God could be anticipated. No, I know very well that it is fixed. Only in such language as this I take the liberty to express my present uneasiness. Is there not an appointed time, a warfare, so the word is, to man upon earth? And are not his days here like the days of a hireling? Observe man's present place. He is upon the earth, which God has given to the children of men. And he gives us a reference to Psalms 115:16. The heaven, even the heavens, are the Lord's, but the earth hath he given to the children of men. This bespeaks man's meanness and inferiority. How much below the inhabitants of yonder elevated and refined regions is he situated? It also bespeaks God's mercy to him. He is yet upon the earth, not under it, on earth, not in hell. Our time on earth is limited and short according to the narrow bonds of this earth, but heaven cannot be measured, nor the days of heaven numbered. Number 2, his continuance in that place. Is there not a time appointed for his abode there? Yes, certainly there is. And it is easy to say by whom the appointment is made, even by him that made us and set us here. We are not to be on this earth always, nor long, but for a certain time, which is determined by him in whose hands our times are. We are not to think that we are governed by the blind fortunes of the Epicureans, but by the wise, holy, and sovereign counsel of God. Number 3, his condition during that continuance. Man's life is a warfare, and as the days of a hireling, what is that? Mm, well, I don't know what to do here. I don't know how to pause this. I've got to take this, guys, because Sis is in the hospital. Oh, let me see. No. All right, I've got to stop this. I am so sorry, brothers and sisters. I will return.